All right, this might be a controversial video, and I'm pretty sure people will have different points of view. But feel free to comment down below and let me know what they are. The topic, is more or less, what is the use of keeping family, friends, and relatives? What is the use? Okay, I'll give my perspective, and feel free to comment down below. See, I come from a Indian background, okay, more of the Eastern values, where the belief system was always blood is thicker than water, family that prays together, stays together, family must be together, support your family no matter what. Even if your brother and sister do something wrong, forgive them. Love the family, no matter how bad the person is, keep them together. So I was born and raised with these theories, these belief systems. However, today, fast forward, at the age of 46, I don't keep in touch with my mother and father. They are in their 60s, whatever. I keep in touch with the relatives whom, on one side, if they are of benefit to me and I am of benefit to them, we keep in touch with each other. Okay. Like, for example, they might need my services, or let's say there's something I can learn from them, or they are just nice to me. And by keeping in touch, let's say someone is nice, he's not my customer, not my client, not adding any value. Let's say someone is not adding any value. The interaction is just, hi, hey, how's it going? Long time. Everything okay? You're fine? Okay, take care. See you. I don't spend time talking with them for hours and hours. In fact, even if my relatives were staying nearby, which they are not, I wouldn't go and meet them every week or every month. And given the fact that I'm an atheist, I don't think I would go for Christmas, New Year, this, that, whatever. I'm not into all that. Privately, if I have to meet them, I might meet them for a meaningful one-to-one or family, small little bonding, once in 6 months or once a year. So that is how my style, I'm not saying this is how it should be, my style I give you. But now I have an acid test to know whether or not you should have a relative or friend or keep them with you. And this is what I teach my clients. There are many people who keep in touch with their parents, which you should, if they have taken care of you, loved you, looked after you, provided they are not a liability, and I'll come to that. However, there are relatives whom you should qualify whether they should be in your life or not. And biggest of all, friends. Are they of any benefit to you, and are you of any benefit to them? I'll explain all the three categories, and I'll give you the good, bad, ugly of each. Parents. Now, if your parents loved you, took care of you, I'm not saying they should be perfect, but they really did their best for you, then you should also be there for them. The only caveat, the only exception to this rule is, there are some parents who they can be a headache. Because, some people, when they get old, they get cranky. They can be a headache, they can interfere in your things, they will keep whack, keep talking. In fact, I even know people who are 50 years old, where their parents are lecturing them, where you went, what you did, why you're late, blah, 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 they'll keep going on. Their heart is in the right place, but they just believe that my son or daughter is my small baby, I can interfere in their life, then it becomes a massive liability. Unless, of course, you love that style of this thing. Calling, shouting, screaming, asking 110 questions. In fact, I even know 40, 50-year-old who are afraid of their mom and dad and say, no, what my mother will think, what my father will say. What? You're bloody 45 or 42 or 50. What are you talking, man? This is respect. No, this is not respect. You're just a person who has psychological issues or low self-esteem, man. Okay. So where it proves to a liability then maybe you should keep them, stay far, and take care of them. Okay, that is parents. But if they are bad, like how mine abused me, is bye-bye. But then again, I'm not telling you, you do what I did. This is what I did. I'm not telling you should do it. But to my clients, this is what I tell them. Second comes relatives, uncles, aunts, brothers, even brothers, sisters. I call them relatives. Okay, why? Because when you're small, you and your brother or you and your sister used to play, used to be together. But as you grow big, you have your own wants, desires, dreams. Then you'll have your own family, spouse. You'll have your own children and you'll have your own unit. Your sister will have her own unit. Brother will have his own unit. You will have your own unit. Each one will have their own expenses, their own goals, their own responsibilities. So you're no longer that small brother, sister playing with each other. So don't make the mistake of assuming that, oh, he's still my smaller brother. In fact, let's say I'm 46, my brother, half brother, is 40. He's not a kid anymore. Or if he's 36, whatever his age is, I don't know. My cousins are like 6 years younger to me. They are not children. They have a family, they have children. So yeah, maybe in terms of experience, maybe I have a little bit more maturity. But 40-year-old is not a kid. And I can't show the big brother attitude unless you are some Italian mafia kind of family who believes in the hierarchy. I might be expert in some things, they will be expert in some other things. And obviously there will be egos and, you're the head of the family, so you have to respect that. He's the head of his family, I'm the head of mine. Okay, so now where these people are concerned, they will have their opinions, they will have their egos, they will have their demands of respect, expectations, and it's very hard to maintain and keep everyone happy. And the worst part is, like when you're small, your uncle and aunt may shout at you, lecture you, tell you what to do, not to do, look down on you and treat you, hey, you're like a small boy, okay? Don't act too smart. But the problem with some of them is, even if tomorrow you become big, in terms of age, in terms of money, position, power, and they are where they are, they will still expect you to, they will still have that sense of entitlement. Hey, don't act too smart, huh? When you were small, remember how you were and all that. This is a major problem in some parents. Even if tomorrow you become a CEO or you become a millionaire, they'll still like pull your ears, hey, he's my small baby. It might look cute, but in some cases it's bloody irritating. Yeah. Indra Nooyi, when she became, she reached a top job, I think that was the CEO of Pepsi, she went and told her mother said, that's okay, you go, actual interview, mother told her, go and buy bread and go make food ready for the husband or something like that. So in her case, she didn't feel bad because she was used to it. But in some other cases, it becomes bloody irritating when you have, like, you're focused on work and doing things, and there you have your parents or relatives telling you unnecessary stuff. I think one good example is, no matter how successful, big you are, your kid identifies you as your papa or mama. And like my kid, when I'm talking to my client sometimes, say, papa, she'll come and she'll pull, and sometimes she doesn't know because she's only 4 years old. And no matter, even if tomorrow, let's say Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he's a multi-billionaire, he's a celebrity. For his kid, it's dad, right? And sometimes, they take you for granted. This is the worst part about children sometimes. And sometimes even relatives and parents and all that. So where your parents are important, these people are not that important, but then they demand importance. And sometimes it can be a headache, especially if they have a sense of entitlement. And remember, over here, when you have expectations and a sense of entitlement, it will eat into your attention, your time, your effort, your creativity, your peace of mind. Simple example. Oh, misunderstandings in the family, arguments in the family, ego got hurt, they said this, she said that, you didn't act like this, you didn't call me, you didn't this. Too much of drama. And that sometimes can zap your energy, man. So unless you like all the drama and all that nonsense, go ahead. But otherwise, absolutely no, man. And then you have the see, and also here one last point is, and remember, you have to focus on yourself, your spouse, and your child and your family. If you start diverting to keep all these other people happy, there's an opportunity cost because you'll be focused on them, not on these people. And sometimes family drama never ends. Last is the circle of friends. Friends can be the biggest influence in our lives because those are the people we spend time for entertainment, fun, company, opinions. We get influenced by their ideas. In that way, even parents and relatives, but the people who we surround ourselves with. So here you need to ask yourself, what is the value of your time per hour? What is the value? Do you have things to do? You don't have things to do. There are some people I know, like my clients, they tell me their wife, every week they have to go to their relative's house. They have to dress up. Every weekend is spent with all the relatives and friends. Oh, keeping happy, going for picnic, going for this, going for that. And when I speak to these guys, they're like, ah, man, I don't like it. I don't relate with them. I want to be with my friends, for example. Watch some movies or go out and all that. But here they put the pressure, oh, you have to family first, friends next. So when you're a grown-ass person, you need to have your list of values and your hierarchy. So if you are talking about your friends, what is the reason? To kill time, share ideas, similar hobbies, similar interests, learning, or business. For me, I don't need people to kill time. My time already is very scarce. The only time I do spend is with clients. Ideas, yes, there are people I speak to who are not my clients, but whom I learn from and they learn from me. And then there are those who maybe have shared a very close, intimate relationship, or there is a bond that is there for many years, which I can count in my fingers, just one hand. Those I don't speak every day, but when I do speak, I give them my time. And the reason for this is my time, my life, my goals, my dreams, me, take center stage. So now comes the last part of the equation. Why should you keep in touch with them? See, you should be very clear about your goals, your sense of worth, your dreams, your values, your priorities. You should be very clear about it. If you are very clear, if you have targets, if you have goals and dreams, if you have a deadline, all these side activities will have its place. Some may say, Loy, but it's only once a year or once a week or a few hours. Like I said, what is the value of your time? What is the value of your goals? What is the value of your dreams, your priorities? I take every day as 24 hours. Every day, 24 hours. I don't check, once a year. No, every day is 24 hours. What if this was, and I always ask myself, remind myself, if this was the only day you had, how would you spend it? With friends, relatives, or with family, or with yourself? And I'll leave you with this bonus tip, which can actually maybe save your life from a lot of headache. One day, what I want you to do is call all your relatives and tell them, you lost your job, you lost your money, lost everything. And ask each one of them $1,000. Just 1,000. Do this with your relatives, friends and family. Do this with every single person that you know. Evaluate how many of them respond. Number one is how many actually give you the money. Number two, how many give you the money and say pay it back. How many give you the money and say pay with interest. Then how many of them tell you no, straightforward? How many of them ignore you? How many of them first are nice, but eventually become hard to get? How many of you, instead of $1,000, give you another solution or strategy? How many of them give you sweet words? Note all this down. Filter them. And then divide them into categories. The ones who give you money straight away, friend in need, friend indeed. Now obviously you'll say, what if they are poor? Then see what do they do, no? But then have a look at those people who can't do anything, whether they are poor or anything, can't give you any advice, avoid your calls. Then those people are not up to your level, are of no use to you. And the only thing that they're good for is during good times, not during bad times. They're not able to give you any money, attention, nothing. Maybe sweet talk, some advice. So is that enough? Let's say you're hungry and you're dying. And they give you sweet talk. Is that okay? For me, I've been through the worst of the worst in my life, where I've seen days where I had nothing, nobody, literally. And not because they were bad, but because even my personality was not good. And over the period of time, I realized I need to change. And I also realized what is the value I need to give them. So let's assume I'm still the imperfect person that I am, with all the drawbacks. I'm irritating, I'm an asshole, I'm selfish, I'm bad, I'm this, I'm that. All these. So based on my limitations and my personality, who are the ones who are really there in my time of need? From money, support, being there as a true friend, all these factors I keep in mind. And then I pre-qualify them. And only those I keep. The rest, everyone is unwanted, is disposable, is a waste of my time, energy, effort. Waste, total waste. I mean, what is the point of having someone in your life if they are only taking things from you, but not giving things? By taking, I mean your time, your energy, your creativity. They want to be there with you in the good times, but not in the bad times. And why? Why such a friend? So this is my yardstick. This is my measure. Like I said, I'm not telling you be like me. I'm not telling you follow my path. But this is the advice I give my clients. Because at the end of the day, remember, like they say, when shit hits the ceiling, when bad times come, they'll come together. And then if you're left alone, no 5,000 friends of your Facebook, none of your relatives come forward. Nobody wants to give you anything other than sweet talk, and you're dying. What was the use? No point, right? So yeah, this is how I evaluate life. This is how I qualify clients, relatives, friends. Not clients, I mean relatives, friends, elders, people in my life. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm not interested in anyone snooping into my life and knowing what's happening. No need, no thank you. Mind your own business, I mind mine. And one final thing, that is the main reason why clients are most important to me than friends and anyone else. Because at the end of the day, clients pay my bills. And with the money that I make, can not only achieve my dreams, but take care of my family and help them achieve theirs. So it's mutual benefits. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know in the comments, do you agree, disagree? Whatever you feel like, comment down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.